Hello everybody and welcome back to Good Morning Sri Lanka. This Wednesday morning just got better for Jason and I because... Jason?
I'm going to pretend like I don't know what's going on set, so I'm going to be like, whatever do you mean, Wissam? That's like my acting, by the way. I'm not really good at it, but...
Yeah, and that's when I go blank. Alright, so we've got a special guest in the studio who has brought us jam.
Jam?
Jam. I know we've been talking about food photography and stuff in the last segment, and we were of course going on about how we'd love to have food on the show, and they say, you know, be careful what you wish for, but at this point there are no regrets.
Yes, our guest of course is Shavoni Amarisekara. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, and good morning to all the Sri Lankans.
Good morning, and thank you for being with us on the show. How's your Wednesday morning going?
Excellent.
Great.
Very
now,
good.
Shavoni makes jam.
Jam.
I do.
Yep.
Alright, so what's it called? Is it called?
Okay, the jam is called Yummy Goodness. Alright, and of course you can she a lot of this, and these are like homemade stuff and they're really cool, and we've got lots of it on the table, and in a little while we're actually going to sample some of these, so Jason and I are kind of really happy about it.
I'm sorry, the only thing I heard was we're going to sample some of these.
And I hope you enjoyed because they're just yummy.
Right, okay, so Yummy Goodness. Now this is interesting. Now your jams are, you made these jams specifically for people who are healthy, like who always are
yes, well, the key thing about the jams is the fact that I don't use any additives, no artificial flavors,
right.
No artificial colors. It's all natural.
Mm-hmm.
The only additives I add into my jams is love and happiness.
Ah, mate, you see, here's the problem.
Secret ingredient. I can't share any more about the recipes, but...
Right. So, right, there's a different varieties of jam that you have here.
Yes,
starting from jumbo to...
I have the famous or the biggest seller is kumquat marmalade.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually made from a small orange, the size of an olive.
Right.
And it makes a wonderful marmalade because the peel of the fruit actually is very, very thin.
Right.
So it's not as bitter as the usual marmalades you would get in the market
Of course.
there, but it gives a completely different flavor. And it's just wonderful.
Right.
I use other fruits which are very unique and unusual to make them into jams.
Right.
It's not the usual ones you find in the market out there.
Name some of these fruits for us.
There is the katulovi. I don't know if you're familiar.
No, I've never
It's
heard
also
this.
called ugurasa.
Oh, that I know.
Yes.
You see, I didn't know it was called in English.
Words.
And then honestly, that sounded like a tongue twister. What was that again?
Ugurasa.
No, not that.
The katulovi.
The English version of it.
Katulovi.
Katulovi, all right.
Katulovi. I make the jams out of katulovi as well as the lovi, the normal lovi.
Okay.
Then there's jumbo. I make jumbo jam. I make jumbo jelly,
Wow.
and I also make stewed jumbo.
Have you ever had jumbo jam before,
Mate,
Jason?
this is not jam, but I love jumbo. So
I know we've had a lot of jumbo, but we've never had
Oh,
jumbo.
if you love jumbo, you'd love the jam.
Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, and the newest addition that I put into the product range was the stewed jumbo. This was actually something my mom used to make when I was small, and I used to just love the way she used to make it. So I asked her for the recipe, kind of added my own twist into it,
Right.
and I've added that into my
What was
range.
that you said? Love and...
Love and joy and happiness.
the secret ingredient.
Yes.
That is so...
Then I also have starfruit jam.
Okay.
And I have the range of chutneys as well, but those are the jams as of now.
Great. Okay, I've got to ask you this. How do you get into making jam?
Well, I worked for 12 years in the apparel industry,
Okay.
and I wanted to take a break and start something new. It took me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. So in the meantime, I started helping my parents run the family estate, which is in Pannala.
Okay.
It's actually a coconut estate, but the beautiful thing is my dad actually has grown a whole load of fruit trees.
Right. Wow.
So there were like these trees with fruits just falling on the ground and just rotting.
Right.
And it used to be so sad that I couldn't do anything about it.
Poor fruit.
So I know.
Oh no.
And they were beautiful fruits.
Right.
So then let me guess. So one day she walks into the estate, she looks at all these rotten fruits on the ground, and she, thinks to herself, "Oh my God, what a shame! I should make jam."
Yeah, because my fondest
Sum it up.
memories from childhood was my mom actually in the kitchen cooking jams and chutneys.
Oh wow.
That's
So I thought,
amazing.
why not use it for something that I love? Because food has always been an inspiration for me,
Right.
and I've always wanted to do something with food.
Right.
And this just opened a new opportunity for me. So, and it's turned out to be great.
Right. Now you mentioned that you select fruits that you don't really get in your normal shops every day.
Well, yes, because I experiment a lot with my cooking. If somebody brings me a fruit and says, "Can you make something out of it?"
Right.
I just experiment. Of course, I've had times where the experiments haven't actually turned out too well, but at the end of it, I've actually turned it into something completely different.
Right.
I can actually share a story with you where I tried with the tamarind.
Okay.
I tried to make it into a jam. It didn't actually
sweet.
turn out as what I expected. I was trying to figure out what do I do with this, because if I'm not happy with my own product,
Right.
I don't want to give it out to the customer.
Of course.
Fair enough.
So I took this tamarind jam and I thought about it, and I thought, hey, if I can't use it as a jam, let me make it into a chutney.
Okay.
And I converted this jam into a chutney, and it was one of my best-selling chutneys.
Oh, look at that.
So it's safe to say that she makes jams and chutneys.
Yep.
So it's a win-win scenario. All right. For example, if I came up to you and said, "Hey, Shivani, I got this coconut. Is it possible to make a jam out of coconut?"
You mentioned that. I've actually started looking into the possibilities of. Well, I don't know whether I can actually make a jam out of it, but I can make a chutney. I'm sure.
Something tells me that's going to come in like massive production because she has a coconut estate in Pamela
Yep.
with lots of coconuts.
You gave me an idea there now.
Okay, I just can't help but stare at all these bottles on the table,
Yeah.
and I
Jars of
know
jam.
just before we started the segment, Jason has been bugging everyone about it.
Yeah. I was literally on my knees to Shivani saying, "Please let me just taste them before the show starts." And she's
So,
like, "Sure, you can go ahead," but then
I don't want to wait till the producer tells us, "Listen, we need to go for a break or we need to end the show." So
We're just gonna dig in.
I just want to get in there.
All right. So Shivani, now we have crackers and also we have yogurt. And thank you for bringing that over, because you know how we love our yogurt here in Good Morning Sri Lanka. But all right, so what do we try first? Do we try, because usually it's crackers and jam. That's how
Yeah.
Sri Lankans do
Jam's like the famous thing for breakfast. And what would you have it with? Either toast or crackers.
Right.
I would actually recommend that you try the kumquat marmalade first, because
Okay.
it's like the best.
it. All right. So that's with yogurt or with crackers?
So
With crackers.
which one is that? Which one is that?
That one's this.
All right.
That's
Let's give the nice strong boy to open that.
Yes, I would get that over to you.
And if
I
he
don't
doesn't
embarrass
open it.
myself on here. Oh man, it's actually not. Shouldn't you like tap it or something like on the edges?
If you're not open
No
it.
way.
Oh, I opened it!
yeah.
Yay!
Look at that.
Look at me!
Excellent.
It's got a
just
nice ribbon on it.
Spread
That's
a
very
bit on
Yeah,
a
it's
cracker.
actually it has a nice ribbon.
I love
on
the
it. That's like
presentation of
your
Yes.
signature
Very
on the
simple.
packaging.
Yes, I
Very
don't.
nice.
Nothing extravagant.
So
Yeah.
now what?
All right, now we take crackers.
Okay.
Okay.
Just take a spoonful
Or not.
and
I'll just come back.
First, okay, all right.
yeah.
Lunging for my food is what I'm doing.
There you go, Jason. Some for you.
Okay. So I take my spoon and thank you. And everyone in the studio is just staring at me right now like,
I think the camera guys just wanna
And I actually use the entire or half a peel, because
Right.
a lot of people actually like the peel and it's not very bitter.
Okay.
So
and the scent is really strong. Mm-hmm. Like you really, even if you didn't have labels
Yeah.
on your jam, it's like,
moment of truth.
all right, you
There
ready?
you go. Here we go.
All right, now for the
Enjoy.
next few seconds, all you're gonna hear from us is munching. So bear with us for a second. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Do you like it?
Quite good.
Why are you having a close-up on me, dude?
I don't want to talk about any food in my mouth.
This is very good.
Honestly speaking, I was never a marmalade fan myself.
Right.
Now that I'm using this as a marketing tool, but when I made the kumquat marmalade, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it simply is amazing because you kind of, like you said, you get that taste of the peel out of it as well.
Yeah.
And I can taste that.
It's a combination of bittersweet, but not as bitter as the marmalades you would get out there. It has a different flavor to it.
Right. But, would you, like, for Sri Lankans, for my family, jam means every week we would have one different type of jam. And for that entire week, we'd be tasting, for example, wood apple or whatever the type of flavor is. What sort of way would you recommend that a family in Sri Lanka should have their jams in order, or maybe in their fridge? Should you have like different varieties at the same time, or just one in your fridge at the same time?
I would recommend a variety because each jam has its uniqueness to it.
Right.
And every morning you don't want to have the same thing.
True.
You want to have a combination. And actually my jams, every jam has a different combination. The marmalades would have a bitter sweetness. The jumbo jams has a little bit of a sour sweetness. And you get different combinations. So it just adds a new...
So do people just pick off jam and just eat just jam alone, or do they use it for other kind of stuff like...
No, it's used for... I mean, a lot of people actually think that jam is just a breakfast thing. But jam actually can be consumed in so many different ways. You could have it on a cracker. Some people actually enjoy it on a yogurt or an ice cream. And actually my stewed jambu is another recipe that my mom used to always make when I was a kid. And it's actually with the jumbo pieces itself. And when you put that on a dessert or like an ice cream or a yogurt, it's just fabulous.
Wait, is this why you brought yogurt for us?
Yep, I did.
We actually got yogurt on the show this morning. She was kind enough to bring us not just jam, not just crackers, she also brought us yogurt.
That's right.
And I hope you can enjoy it with the stewed jumbo.
Okay, so we work with yogurt now and the jumbo.
Yes.
The stewed jumbo.
Stewed
which
jumbo.
is this one.
Yes, that's correct.
It's Jason's turn to open.
My turn to be strong.
It's actually not that hard. There you go.
Yeah, totally, like piece of cake for me. Alright, so it's cool if I use the same spoon.
Well, I do recommend that...
Not using the same spoon.
You can...
Right. There we go.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna
how do you do this? You take the yogurt and...
Okay, wait.
Just put
So I'm
it
gonna
on the
take
yogurt
my twisted yogurt, which was left under here the whole time,
and just put her...
and
you off the yogurt.
just kind of...
Yep,
That's fine?
that's fine.
Okay.
Wow, you just... Alright.
And that's your turn?
Just
go
put some...
It's lovely with the pieces. And you can't actually say it's jumbo. A lot of people mistake it and think it's actually cherries.
Right. Yeah, because it looks like cherries. Like you
It is.
chopped it up. So you kind of do you like cut these by hand,
Is
like
that
with your
enough?
knife, or is it
Yeah,
good through like a chopping
everything.
machine?
I do the selection of the fruits to the washing of the fruits, cutting, cooking, everything.
Right.
I'm very specific on how I dressing it. So
I'm sorry, I've been licking my spoon while you were talking because I had to taste some marmalade by
you have
itself.
to try some with the yogurt.
Okay, what's up? You seem like you've already done it.
No. I was just licking
Sure.
It's the marmalade off the spoon.
Alright, why don't you go ahead and tell me what it feels like?
Here we go. This is indeed an interesting morning. A tasty morning.
At least you've sorted your breakfast.
Wow!
Wait,
This is good.
is it?
This is really good.
Do you like it?
I love it. I never thought you could, have jam with yogurt.
Exactly. People always think that it's just a conventional toast or crackers that you can eat jam with, but you can eat it in so many ways. Some people actually even use jams too. I know it might sound crazy, but marmalades, even in a curry, just add that little bit of a oomph in it. Sounds weird, but try it out.
Jason, I want to finish the rest of this fast, so I'm going to urge the producers to go for a short commercial break.
Let's go into a quick commercial break. I will be back with more of this yummy jam. We'll try it on croissants, maybe on pastry. I don't know. Give it a go. After this commercial break.
We'll be back after the yogurt.